Double Trouble opens up with the kids making drawings. Dan asks Mr. Conductor if he can trace him, and so Mr. C lays down on a piece of paper and Dan traces him. It's so that Dan can make a nice little drawing of Mr. Conductor, which Mr. C loves so much. Mr. Conductor leaves, but the kids notice his sparkle is left behind. Yes, it took 36 episodes and a TV special, but we finally got a name for the little dust that Mr. Conductor leaves. They straight up call it Sparkle, which will be very important come later on in the franchise. Anyway, his sparkle gets left on the drawing, which makes the drawing come to life. Oh, and I forgot to mention that somewhere between this, a Bill and Ben story gets told. So this is related to the main bulk of the episode, which is about a evil clone of Mr. Conductor wreaking havoc throughout the station, which is bad because their inspection is that day. Schemer is trying to clean the arcade, but the evil Mr. C leaves a big freaking stain right there in the middle of the arcade, and Schemer is trying to use all of his cleaning equipment to remove the stain, but Mr. C's evil magic keeps on disrupting everything. And, he just keeps on doing all these different evil things around the station, like changing the names of the different stations and the times and all that other stuff. And they start to realize that this can only be possible with Mr. Conductor's magic. And they assume that Mr. Conductor is responsible for all of this, which is very out of character for him. Until they realize that, oh wait, maybe it was the sparkle that landed on the picture and it brought him to life. Somehow, before even seeing the two in the same room together. And Mr. Conductor, he's all confused. He's like, wait, why are you assuming that I did this? But eventually they figure out the truth. And Mr. Conductor tells them another Thomas story to help them realize what to do to stop the other Mr. Conductor. That doesn't really help much. It was mostly just padded out filler. So they actually end up just getting him on the paper again. And he pretty much calls the evil Mr. Conductor fat, being like, I know you're fatter than me because I can fit on that piece of paper. I can fit on that outline perfectly. Go on and try. And it worked. It works. And so evil Mr. C is gone. But then the superintendent comes in. He's like, hey, Schemer, there's a big stain on there. But then Mr. Conductor uses his magic to remove it. And everyone's like, what stain? And then the episode ends. There was nothing in that mug. I was lying. But yeah, I like this episode. I actually really related with this one. Because, as many of you may know, I too have an evil twin. Well, technically we're not related. He just takes my form a lot. His name is Gendar. He's actually taken my place here a couple times. I never really liked him much, but, yeah, I never really liked him much. He's kind of evil. He's actually the reason SteamTember exists to begin with. He created the show as a way to distract people. So, that should be a newsflash to you guys. Every time Gendar gets involved in crap, he usually makes a new show. Which, Gendar didn't show up. Yeah, I created Theater Talk. Okay, next episode, please.